What's good, everybody? I'm Blitz5, and look what we have here on the screen. You guys might have seen this already, but the news we've all been waiting for all month for PUBG on console is finally here, and look what it is. This is the December 21st PTS patch notes, and yes, you guessed it, the PTS is here and coming, launching tomorrow on December 21st, 2018, and this is awesome. Been waiting for this forever. I know everybody has been. A lot of people have been getting frustrated in the PUBG community here on console. People wanted to see this a little bit earlier, but we knew it was going to take some time. There's a lot of stuff going on. We got the PS4 launch, all of this stuff going on in the game. So many things. PUBG has to be so incredibly busy, but it's finally here, and I'm going to quickly go through this here because all of this information has already been released on PlayStation, on PC, and basically this is just a recap for all of us Xbox and PlayStation users that it's going to be here and that you guys can download it. So what's going on? First of all, this is a 19.34 gigabyte download of the PTS server, so make sure you guys go online right now. If you're watching this video, turn your Xbox on, download this video, so when you get home from work tomorrow or school, whatever you're doing, when you have some time, maybe even tonight, you can play the PTS as soon as it's available. And when is it coming? So this is technically coming within the next 4 hours. So they said the 21st, but depending on where you are on the planet, you might be able to play this very, very soon. So on the East Coast here in the US, this is launching at midnight tonight as I record this video. Today is the 20th. And then if you're on the Pacific Standard Time, if you're on the West Coast, this is coming at 9 p.m. So there's going to be a lot of people playing on the West Coast before they go to bed, which is awesome. For me, I'm going to wait until tomorrow morning to play this. So if you guys are interested, I'm going to be streaming right here on YouTube. So you can come back to my channel at any point tomorrow during the day, and I'll probably be streaming this, doing a marathon stream because I'm so excited for Vikendi. Perfect for the holidays. Wish it came a little bit earlier, but it's totally fine. I can wait. I have patience, and this is going to be a huge update in addition to the game. This is incredible. It's going to be so much fun. I was able to play this on PC because I do have PUBG PC, and this map is really awesome. You guys have probably heard all about it so far. So again, we will kind of skip over all that stuff. But first, they wanted to mention that there's a new parachute system that's coming to PC. It's actually already on PC right now. I was able to use this as well, and it's really cool. But this is coming to console at a later point, so we're not going to talk about that now, and that this is just going to be Vikendi, some of the new guns, the new items, and some of the new bug fixes that they're bringing to console. And this is also going to be, taking a step back here, this is on Xbox and PlayStation at the same time. So if you're a PS4 user, don't worry, you're going to be able to do this as well. And for you new PS4 players, the PTS is the public test server, and this is a separate downloadable item in the store. So you can go to your PlayStation store or Microsoft store and download this. Again, I would do that. It's for free. If you own PUBG, you get this for free. And this is where they test a lot of items and new maps in the game before they bring it to the live server. So I would highly recommend downloading this and play it. This is where everyone is going to be over the weekend and until this launches on the live server, I can imagine. And when this does launch tomorrow, the Vikendi is going to be the only thing playable on the PTS server. So if you get tired of it, I don't know how you could. You can go back to the live server and obviously play the other 3 maps. So here it is here. I'm sure you guys have already seen this. This is Vikendi, the 6x6 map, the snow map. We got the snow here with all the mountains, the different areas here. A lot of different terrain. This is the most detailed map ever to be put into PUBG, and you're really going to notice a difference as soon as you land into a town. It has a completely different vibe. It looks like you're landing to like a real location, which is kind of different, or a different change from the kind of more arcadey looking maps like Erangel and Sanhok. So this is really cool. They did a great job with this, and then the way that they kind of have the forest here at the bottom, and then it turns into snow, it almost seems like 2 maps here. And a couple places I want to point out here, when you guys get into the game, you're definitely going to want to check out this location here with the ice lake. This is really cool. And then also the winery down here is a really interesting location to land. So these are going to be 2 places I'm going to point out for you guys to go and check out how cool this match is. And obviously Castle here is also a very interesting spot to land. So all of this kind of stuff, like I said, we've seen, so I'm going to skip over it all. The blue zone is a little bit different with this map. The circle is going to be really small off the bat, and the blue zone is going to move very quickly, and then it slows down from there, kind of more like Sanhok. But off the bat, they're really pushing everybody to the circle, which is going to make the game a little bit more, faster paced in the beginning. And I think this is a perfect balance because sometimes there's some slow moments in the beginning when you're looting and you're not seeing anybody. So this is the perfect balance, just like Vikendi is just the perfect middle point between the OG maps that are sometimes a little too big and Sanhok, which is very, very small and arcadey. So Vikendi's coming in just in the middle, and right here, they talk about some of the different item and balance changes that they're doing to this map. So they said, again, a midpoint here of how the weapons spawn into the game. So you're going to see it's in between Erangel and Sanhok, Sanhok being the most amount of loot and Erangel being like no loot anywhere. Level 3 helmets are making their return into the world, which is awesome. I feel like that's such an iconic part of PUBG, and I've been seeing them less and less because you can only get them in crates right now. So that's a nice addition to the game. Level 3 vests are going to spawn more often than other maps, so it's going to be harder to take people out who are rocking the level 3 vests. And then smoke grenades are going to spawn more than other throwables in the game, which I found kind of interesting. If anything, I thought they would do this on Miramar because there's not a lot of cover on that map. But this is going to work out fine too with all the snow. I'm sure you're going to be seeing that. Also, watch out. There are winter ghillie suits. It looks like all snow. It's like completely white ghillie suit, so watch out for people becoming snow monsters, the new bush monsters on Vikendi. Then we got the new items. This is great. I used this on PC. This is the new compact AR shooting 5.56, the G36C. Absolutely awesome. A lot of kickback on this gun, so watch out, but it definitely packs a punch up close. Then we got the new Scorpion, which was supposed to be in the original PTS update earlier this month. This is a machine pistol shooting 9mm ammo and takes a ton of attachments for a pistol slot. And this gun is actually really strong. I would recommend using it. I put a couple people down on PC and I stink playing with a mouse and keyboard because this thing is pretty powerful. So definitely look out for this and give it a try. Then one of the coolest items in the game now with the launch of Vikendi is the Snowmobile. This is really important. Everyone's going to be looking out for these because it's fun to use, but it's also really useful because using a vehicle in the snow and the ice is much more difficult on Vikendi. You're going to go a lot slower and you can slide on the ice. So this is definitely great. Just be aware that this only seats 2 people. So you're going to need 2 snowmobiles if you're running in a squad of 4. So that's definitely great. Everyone's going to be looking out for these, and it's easy to die in this. So watch out. You know, it's kind of like driving on the tuk-tuk sometimes because there's not a lot of cover. But definitely a lot of fun. And then we got some quality of life changes for the Xbox One and also for PlayStation. The minimap players can now further magnify the minimap. Player order consistency has become more structured on how you enter into the game with the player thing from the lobby, which is cool. Not a big deal, but that's fine. They've added the field of view slider and also the graphical setting options. So these 2 things here were supposed to be in with the Scorpion in the original PTS that got delayed. So what's going on here is the field of view slider is supposed to help your perspective when you're playing first person. If you haven't noticed, when you play first person on the current live server, at least on Xbox, it feels like you're so close to the ground. It's almost like you're crouching when you're standing, and it just feels really weird to play first person. Honestly, that's one of the reasons why I don't play it that often. So this is supposed to be able to help with that because you can kind of slide your field of view and how you see in front of you. So that's cool. Then a big update here is the graphical setting options for the Xbox One. We're finally going to be able to pick between 2 different resolution options here. One of them is the 2560 versus 1440 or times with 30 frames per second. The other one is at a 4K capability. This is 3840 times 2160. So the first one is going to prioritize frame rate and the second one is going to be prioritizing your resolution. For me, I'm going to be sticking with the traditional one. I don't even play on like a 4K monitor, so I really have no interest in this, and I'm all about frame rate and performance right now with PUBG. I don't think we're going to see this game at 60 frames per second for a long time, and I'm okay with that. Obviously, that would be ideal and great, but I really just want to see this game optimize and perform well in its current state, especially when there's a lot of people around, close quarter combat and all that stuff. And they made some improvements with that down below. So I'm going to skip through all this stuff because there's a lot, but in the performance update, you can read through these. They've done a lot to optimize the game with things that are loading around you, even with the rain particles, with the characters that are around you, loading all of their items and weapons and sounds. They've done a lot to optimize it here. That's what all of these updates are about. And just look at all of the bug fixes they put into this game. I'm not going to read them all here. A lot of them are pretty nuanced. Some are more important than others. One that I saw that's kind of a highlight is that they fixed the play button issue, which plagues everybody when you're trying to get into a game. You have to go back. I'm sure we'll still have some menu issues, but this is a start. And look how many things they're working on fixing. So you can definitely tell they're putting a lot of work into this game. So stop complaining about PUBG and being a hater. Appreciate it. They've done a lot for us, a lot of new content. This is actually crazy. For a $30 game, we're getting all this new stuff. It's awesome. You don't have to purchase any of it. And then when this goes live, we're going to have the event event pass, which you can pay money for, with a ton of different cosmetic items on top of it. But all this stuff in the game you do not need to pay for. It's available for free. It will come to the live server for free, and that's awesome in itself. So this is the update. Make sure you guys start preloading this now. Very excited to play Vikendi, and like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I'm going to be streaming this tomorrow on Xbox if you guys are interested in checking it out, and have fun this weekend and this holiday season. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and again, please consider subscribing and notifications on to see when I'm streaming and posting the latest and greatest video game and PUBG content to my channel right here on YouTube. And as always, thank you all for watching. I'm Blitz5, and peace out.